left?
Yeah.
Well,
First fish ever.
well, if you're out of fish right there, I will.
The last one was a bluegill.
Blue cracker. Look at him right there. I mean, God.
About due for them fish to be back over where Terry was at the last time.
Mm, where was that?
About 6 ago.
Yes, you're right. Well, Ruth? Ruth, we thought when that boat pulled in, I thought that was you. Roadkill, Email, KZ.
Emaw.
Do 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 do. Wayne Wilson morning. The clinic has begun. I'm about to go cut one. Maybe not. Click. Uh-oh, hold on. We got doubles. You still got him? He's still there, ain't he? Pole of shame. We're used to that. Where's your bobber stopper? Okay, I see the fish. That's a little fish, I think. Did I get that, Terry?
Not yet.
Well, let's try again.
Boy,
I told you it was a little fish. I saw his face. All right. Tommy Dennis, who we got there? James Edwards,
yours is bigger than mine, Dick.
Drone Flyer, John Howard, James Moore. Who else we got? Eddie Ray.
I hold this out.
That's nice. About your speed. 24, Ruth. Yeah, you guys should be fishing. But it is peaceful out here. Ain't no women, Ruth. Keith R. Corey Clark. Mr. Stickmarsh.
Stick marsh. All right.
24 in the box. Come on. Rabbit killers here. I don't even think we're on the fish yet. We just been picking them off. I don't have the 360 running. If that sun comes out and these fish get voracious, I'll turn the 360 on. Morning, Thomas McLemore. Da-da-da-da. Double tap a screen, please, just one time. If you like fishing. That's just. Dwayne, morning. Hey, Eddie Ray, I get it. They catching them. Did you see your bobber twitching?
Just a little bit.
You know what it was? Them lightweight bobbers, that worm can make that thing twitch. That was a new wiggle worm. When you pulled him up, he was giving it hell. I acted like a fish there. The captain just caught one. He just caught one. Double Nixons for everybody. Well, Pop Squeezy, Danny Airboat Man.
He's all bluegill.
Well, we're going to fix that right now. Y'all ready? Pull your jar out of the water. Your line up.
Boy, it's all shellcrackers.
We're going up here where the Shellcracker land is. All right. Shellcracker party's about to begin. Andre Gordon, howdy. All right. Right out through there, guys, is a zillion damn fish. Don't you all make me get out a pole. Kissimmee Mark's in the house. Boy, it is calm, isn't it? Shouldn't have said that. Spider rigging. Ain't nothing wrong with that, son. That's an enjoyable way to fish. It'd take a couple minutes here. Did you have him?
Yeah, well, you had it.
Did he get you?
Yeah, you got it all.
Dun-dun-dun. Glenn Hassel, 25 in the box. Morning, Mr. Normus. Hmm. All right. Well, you toying with one up there, Captain? Terry O'Brien's in the boat with us, by the way.
Morning. Morning, all.
If y'all hadn't figured that out. Tracy Dennis morning. It is a great location. He's on it. He's walking it. That son of a biscuit, you skinned your ass too. Is that clicking? No click. No big fish, no. Well, depends on what you consider big. What fish skinned you, Terry? I thought you had that one dead to rights.
I know. I let him have
Okay.
it.
I wanted a new technique. These fish are being weird. Just slowly lift it away from him until you feel resistance. He was walking it. No crocodiles. We have alligators, and we caught one the other morning, and it's on YouTube. They're perfect. Well, that's got to be a shellcracker, and that's a good one too. I mean, it's the same blank mark. They're good. They're fine. Slowly lift him. Boy, that's a slick one there. 26 in the box. Or Donna Bishop. I'm gonna have to get a pole out. Brandon Lang morning, Mark Johnson, Lake Kissimmee, Central Florida. Big T, catch and release. You see them bubbles? Drop your worm right where them bubbles are. There you go. Watch this. That shouldn't take long. It didn't. He's got it. You got the smartest fish in the world right there. Releasing the grease, that's all I can tell you. What are you dealing with? Jeez.
Okay, I can come all the way to the top.
Mm-hmm. Or William Gaskins. That sun's about to come out. Things are going to happen. She's coming.
Well,
You hooked him that time. That was a smart-ass shellcracker right there. 27. No cookout, no. We'll donate these fish to somebody, probably. We don't have anybody yet. Mm-hmm. I might have to get out a pole. That fish was slick, Terry.
boy, wasn't he?
You tried to pull it up and out of there, and he grabbed it. They do that. No beers. Nope. I don't know what you're dealing with.
In a different spot.
Try a different one. More copper top. You're hungry, Mark Johnson? Boy, it's nice out here. Did y'all hear that bird in the background? Captain, tell him what kind of bird that is.
Not the Malamore bird.
What's a Malamore bird?
So them ones that stick their head in the hole and whistle through their ass, you can hear them for a mile or more.
You heard it here first. Randall Dawes morning. No, we didn't stay up all night. We just got here.
Don't. about $100 hook set. Huh?
Well, Randall Dawes, Sean Young.
Oh,
Need a worm?
worm, brain.
There have been plenty of storms around Copper Top. Did you guys see what happened in Texas on the Guadalupe River?
Oh my gosh, those
What happened in Texas?
poor kids.
I guess they had like
Youth camp.
14 inches of rain. There was a youth group of church girls. There's 24 kids missing. Multiple dead. It's bad. They found one girl 12 miles downstream in a tree.
Dead?
No, she was hanging on for dear life.
Uh-oh, sunrise.
There she is, guys. Here it comes. It was bad roadkill. Morning, Kyle. You got over here, Terry.
Bumping.
Messing around, ain't he? This ought to turn him on. Yeah, there's a lot of good videos, or bad videos, I should say, floating around. But Eddie Ray, it's right next to Camp Mac. It's the captain's private park. It's Kissimmee River Park and Marina. Maxwell, you doing second shift today, son? Maxwell's on here. Says almost here.
We're over at Philadelphia, Chris. Keep going, buddy. Makes no difference there. Oh, man. I'm probably gonna have to have my hat.
Hand her here. I moved your chair a little bit, Terry. Don't sit down and miss it.
Okay. All right.
Oh, Copper Top, I bet. Mow day morning? Yeah, Terry's got a generic bobber. We're not sure. He said it's a Florida cracker bobber.
Need smell-o-vision on there.
No doubt. Yeah, if you all could smell these fish, you'd be amazed. I think these fish will turn on here in a little bit. I know where Paramore's is, Eddie Ray. It's right across the river from the fish camp I used to go to, right there at the bridge. Slick Sticks morning. The Bahamas. I think you lost him. You had him. Captain Sore Lip. Morning, John Boy. Yeah, I know you do, Eddie Ray. Oh, you on the big ship. Lollipop. Boy, it is bright. That's a hell of a view, nature bird. You're right. That sounds like a nice shellcracker. Oh boy. Click.
Shellcracker?
28 in the box. Yeah, Randall, it should. These fish should warm up here in a second. Terry's getting ready to launch one in here. Dinah T morning. Look at them out there. They're roasting them pads. Have cutter, will travel.
I'm gonna have to get rid of this
Oh,
pole.
you guys still got a fish on there, Terry.
I know.
I'll get a cutter.
Got him.
Got him.
Holy cow.
That's a nice one.
That's why I couldn't get it in.
Do you want to try the new slick sticks? Because I got it out. We'll just trade you poles.
All right. Well, I got mine too. I wonder I couldn't get him out of there.
Oh, they're good. Here, I'll hand you this. I think the depth's pretty well set, and there's a worm on it. Here, let me borrow that. I might try it in a little bit.
Okay.
I'll just trade you.
There's the hook.
Got it. Ow.
Ow. Still sharp?
Oh, boy, they are sharp, aren't they?
Hoo-wee.
Was that 29 in a box? I believe it was. A little more reach with that. All right. Appreciate it, Steve.
Uh-huh.
You both missed. Ruth, you know, why you're not fishing, I don't understand, but... Oh, you got her now, Terry. Watch out. God, these fish stink. No, Michael Papa Squeezy, he had one of the lightweight pre-made poles he was using. And this is the thickest jungle in the world, and it's a little too light. So I'd had my slick sticks out. And no, I'm not switching. We're just, it depends on what day it is. It's the same blank. They're basically the same pole. Yeah, I get it, Ruth. Fish be fishing too, though, Ruth. City man, thank you. Well, you ain't gonna catch no giant ones here, city man, but
Man, thing still wants to.
you're probably in a bed. You are in a bed. He just ripped grass off the bottom. You see it float up there?
All right.
Oh, yes, lots of different sizes, Eddie Ray. We use number 2s. And don't ask me why. I told the guy what I was doing, and he told me I wanted number 2s. So some people use bigger ones. I think he's got it, Terry. I think he's got it in his face. I'd say that one's all the way to his ass. $30. God, these fish reek. Captain, there's a zillion fish over here. On this side. Captain had one. It still is, as you always say. Carl Whitlatch morning. Are you making love to that thing or getting the hook out?
Skinny worm is about 6 foot long.
That might be a 3-hooker.
Jeez.
I can't show this on camera because people might get offended. He's got a hydraulic leak now.
Body parts on the hook.
30 in a box. Do 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 do. Yeah, double tap the screen. Thanks, Roadkill. Thick here, ain't it? Charles Thurston, morning.
Garden.
Grandpa Passmore made it. They're here. I mean, they're just shredding these pads out here.
Can't get that thing lay over. There.
Morning, Charles Thurston. Thought you had that one. Hold on. I'll help you out. Because he got you. Just send it right back to him. He fished your slick this morning, I will say that. I think you went over top of that thing, but I ain't positive. Maybe not. Look at this. Shaking the pads down. We may struggle with sunlight this morning. Thanks, Roadkill.
Well, let's go out here.
They've been bumping like a ton over there, so. Pontoon things.
Bilge pump is kind of weak today, sound like. There, right there.
Come on, fishy.
Come on, you're right there. I know you are.
They're slick this morning.
Sperm come up right here.
Oh, put it on him. The amount of fish out in there is just incredible. Rabbit killer, I'm not fishing. So, boy, something got you.
Somebody got my worm.
I can't catch them for them. Are them fish being that slick? Terry's had the same problem over here. That sun won't stay out. That'll be a fish right there. You just better get your belt buckle in the right notch. Crabman's here. Well, Crabman is probably out there then.
He lays that sucker plumb upside down like that.
Really?
Yeah.
Females. Awesome, Carl.
You're an eagle.
I do. Clarence Morning, Captain Jed's. These fish just ain't doing much right now. Them bluegills over there are biting like a son of a gun. They're catching the shit out of them. Yeah. You're right, Eddie Ray. Ruben, good morning. Evening for you. That's the second time you got that in a row. Crabman, we had our limit basically. We always stop a few short, you know. Well, Captain Jed, I'm not sure where we are.
I got salad.
We may have to take this boat and run circles out here in these pads and get these fish woke up. David Hobbs. We're allowed 50 apiece. But we won't go that many. And whenever the coolers won't close, we'll quit. That cooler, if it's bluegills, it'll hold 120, 130. Shellcrackers, you might get 110 in there. Haven't tried my fish call. Perfect Pearl Warning, thanks for watching. We're catching shellcrackers and bluegills. We do this for 6 months, and then 6 months we fish for crappie.
Oh, I see the little bitty minnows down there.
Yeah, I wonder what them are fry that have spawned before. Shad, what are those? Todd's in the house. Morning, Todd. I'm getting ready to stir these fish up. Captain, I'm moving us. A whole bunch of fish over to your left in front of you. This is where we came in yesterday.
Billy's hooking up.
Yeah. He's got the bluegills lit up over there. We got Arvos. We have 30 in the box. I just don't know if these fish are going to bite. Shellcrackers, cams. These fish will bite here in a minute. There's a lot of fish here. It'll take them a minute to settle down. Yes, we are, Mike. We put in our 30 or 40 or 50, whatever you want to call it. Look at them, Terry. They're everywhere. These fish are just not. We're gonna wait them out. I got news.
Okay, let's go.
I'm glad it didn't start that 360. Right, Captain Jed. More Kyle Slaughter. About 3 foot here. I don't know if these fish are gonna bite, Terry. That's the damnest thing I ever seen. There's a zillion fish right here. You're in bed there. More marlin. I don't either, Captain.
We got half my room. I didn't even know how to bite.
Terry, they're here. Lake Charles morning, Volusia County even. Already. Yeah, lake runners I know, and Chickapin. They want to know when the new boat's getting back in the water, Terry.
I took it out last week and taking it out Tuesday.
What'd you do to your boat, Ted?
Nothing. I don't know if that fish has that.
Bounce that one time. That fish, that was a strange bite. He's there.
Something's
Slip
there.
shot. There's some big fish right out there. That might be part of their problem. Well, there's not a rod and reel in the boat, Mike. Free Diddy. Let's put him under the prison. Look at the fish here. My God. If these fish start biting, and they bit good early. I started the live show and they decided not to bite.
I can even tell bite once in a while. You can't hook it.
Definitely not alligator Alcatraz. Life hack morning.
What do you think about that?
Morning, Troy. You gonna put the super hook set on him?
I just want to see one bite.
Tell you what, these fish are some kind of special. The quantity of fish right out here is just phenomenal. Boy, they are, Captain Jed. Kyle, well, we do this for 6 months, and they're busy through the middle of September. And then we will go on to crappie. So yeah, pretty much. The crappie really start feeding up at the end of summer for their spawn, and maybe they spawn earlier. Somebody in here can tell me that, but usually they start spawning around the last week of December that I know of. Warner Robins morning. Teddy J, we don't have any shiners. We don't have rod and reels either. Uh-oh. I think we need sunshine. What's the water temperature up there?
82.7. It's plenty warm.
I just wonder how far it went down last night with that rain.
Yeah, we got a good rain.
Yeah. Saddlebag missed it all. Or Jay Summertop. You're hooked on something there, buddy. You're still on it.
Oh, come on.
That's about right, Denver. But our season's just strange and backwards here. Uh-oh. That's one he didn't want. He caught one. Because we go from 95-degree water temperature and it slowly comes down to the right spawning temperature. And everybody else north, they're waiting on the temperature to come up after winter. And then January and February is just off the chain here for crappie.
When I get one of the bite there, it's too damn low.
I see a gar.
I've had some bites, you can't hook it.
Okay, finally.
Captain, we may have to go talk to some other fish. I don't know. Well, boring ass live show. I may end it and just come back here in a little bit. Get these fish fired up. I thought he was going to take
bumped
it.
it one time.
I saw that. That's the second one of them lately. We ain't got no Red Bulls. We're done with Red Bulls.
Uh-oh, come on.
They don't want to play.
Well, that's another thing. I'll lay that sucker plumb down, you can't hook it.
In my opinion, Witch Doctor, the fishing's better on Lake Kissimmee. Actually, we have friends that bought places on Okeechobee, and they drive up here to fish every day. And this is not a lie. He hooked that fish. Good, Shelly. Click.
Good job.
He's on yours too, Terry. Oh, it can be crazy here at Captain Jet. Jesus. 31 in a box. And the great thing about this lake, yes, Polk, is you can navigate it from one end to the other in 20 minutes. As long as you stay outside of the grass line, you know exactly where you are. I've seen some grass lines on Okeechobee that it's 6 inches deep. There's specks down here, Kyle. Oh, that sun's coming out now. That might do it. Maybe I won't have to end the live show. 31 in the box. We got 31. I got a handheld tally counter around my neck. He got another one. They're going to bite. Nice one. Hardware man here. 32.
No.
Morning, John McIntosh. Yes, the best, in my opinion. The best eating fish.
Jeremy lost a bunch of weight, Terry.
I think, you know, I saw him with his daughter or something doing something. Good for him.
He's down about 350, I think.
I know I could pick him out in the airport pretty quick.
I never laughed so hard in my life watching him when we was on that trip watching him go to the bathroom. Tried to get in that little.
Trying to get in that little bathroom.
Yeah.
Man,
Well, Blake Shaw, you need to get out there, son. I saw that coming. That was either get a bite or get hung up. Yes, we smell them heavy. They're here. I mean, big time. And they don't want to bite. They're just, these fish are just being stupid. And usually they get to stinking like, man, they'll bite.
You better get a rod out.
But I have to. I'm going to have to end this live show and we're going to have to, we may have to leave this spot and go poking around. You know, John McIntosh, that's one thing that's been a positive impact for what we do is we've got a lot of people back into fishing. Even a lot of people went out and bought boats, so don't blame us if you go buy a boat and you have a payment. Just saying. A lot of people have done this. Skeeter Outie. Oh, Blake Shaw, that sounds like fun. Captain got him another one. He had him for a second. What's down there? Jesus.
I think that old man's got some on the boat with him.
What did you hook? That's why we use 60-pound braid, if you're wondering. He's stirring them up. Get him, Terry. Uh-huh. Coming at us. 33. It's wet out here.
Tell you what, you need to straighten that hook, Brandon. I really been.
Well, there's a tree down there because bubbles came up from a mile away. Hold on a second. Let me get the better pliers for the job. It's probably junk now. I probably ought to take this and re-rig it after the day. Good night, Captain. There's a tree. I saw him where you pulled it, so.
I can get another pull.
It's usable. Don't break it. You're breaking business. All right.
It was hung, I know that.
Shellcracker.
That's a good one, too. Hey, Billy, I noticed you catching bigger fish than you.
Yeah, I'm more off today. Can I say, she had a good teacher.
Who'd you used to fish with? Oh, that's what it is, Captain. You're not wrong, Captain. And you'll never get out of it what you got in it. Oh, yeah, you couldn't cast her. We don't have a rod and reel in the boat. That's a fact. Captain's got one bumping over there. Let's see if he can get that fish. Jesus. You get to chasing bumps, Terry, it'll drive you insane. Well, yeah, sort of. Sometimes, Kyle, we look for bumps, but, you know, we'll if we know that they're in spots or where we've caught them before, they'll have beds there already. And I learned from the old man up front, they're not always bumping and they don't always stink. And sometimes you'll roll in on just a pile of fish. You catch 2 or 3, they start bumping like crazy. And then they'll get to stinking.
I think some guys was on over 27 a week or two ago. It had all them shellcrackers in there down at that end. They didn't smell at all.
No, they didn't. We drove around that set of pads. That was our fault.
Well, we found fish, and there's a lot of them where we was at.
That's true, but it was still a mistake. It was dark that morning. We probably should have waited them out. Need a worm, Terry?
But they didn't stink, and they wasn't bumping either one. But them guys stayed down there for a couple days.
Brandon Lang. Nice. Snail powered forward, we're just using straight up red worms. I can tell you something about wigglers. And I used to fish with nothing but wigglers for shellcrackers. And they're hard to get down here in some places. Not everybody carries them. But the worst part about a red wiggler is they're brittle. And a lot of times they'll break in the middle when you hook them or when a fish grabs them. And so I quit using them for that reason. I lost a lot of worms using wigglers. But I tell you what, when they're wiggling in the bed, there ain't nothing like them on a shellcracker bed. William, I tell you what I need you to do. If you have TikTok, we're using a simple slip cork rig. And on TikTok, on our page, we have a playlist called Setups and Gear, and shows you everything we use, every piece of equipment, and we never change our rig. We use it 365 days a year. I'll show you the hooks, and you can take a screenshot because there is no other panfish hook. And you all argue with me till hell freezes over, but there is no other panfish hook. Just straight up. And we even use these for crappie. I used to use number 2s, but he got me into using 4s, and now we don't ever change our rig. And I can tell you what, the hookup ratio was no better with 2s than 4s. Yep, William, you're welcome. It's right below our follower count, the Setups and Gear playlist. Look at the damn fish out there. If these fish fire off, I mean, this is going to be a party.
What do you think, Captain?
No, they're not. Oh, Kyle, I know. It's craziness. I know somebody, I'll tell a story, Kyle. I know somebody back in the 90s
You can smell them, Dick.
that came out here and didn't know there was limits, and they caught 800 in one day. They cleaned fish for 2 days after that.
That's a lot of beer.
It's just the amount of fish this lake produces is just insane. And there's limits for a reason. You know, people get egregious, but and I'm sure people say that we are, but we're not. All our fish get eaten, trust me. You just double tap the screen once, guys. Thanks for that. Get him, Terry. Oh. Captain got a good one. Hold on. Let me get past you. Oh, he got it out. Never mind. He got it. 33, 34. Florida, LaToya Jackson. That's a good one. Here, I'll show the fish. I'm not doing nothing else. Standing here with my teeth in my mouth. We like crackalackis. Lake Kissimmee, Carlos. Well, Cams, we only go until that cooler's full. We got 2 live wells in this boat. We could fill them. I tell you what, by the time you catch your 50, it's so freaking hot. You're 50 each. You don't want no more damn fish.
Get my sunglasses.
I'm holding his pole.
Catch a fish.
Oh shit, I forgot about icky roadkill. If these fish fire off, it's gonna be a game on. Florida, here they come. That right there that's Maxwell. You can't tell me otherwise. God dang, there's a ton of fish here. This is insanity. 50 quart, Eddie Ray. Now, there are 2 bags of ice in there, and when we get to 50, we spread a bag, and then when we're done, we'll put a bag on top. But it melts. I mean, the fish are packed in there. 100 good shellcrackers will barely go in that cooler.
One bump in there, wasn't it?
You know, Captain Jet, I've heard about that. No beer. I can tell you why, Carlos. Back in my younger days, I was a bad drunk. I don't play with alcohol anymore. If they want to drink beer, they can. I'm not that person. That's up to them. Terry prefers a gentleman's type drink in the evenings.
Nurse came in and said, I see where you got drinking 4 times a week.
That's what got me in trouble,
and,
Cams.
She said, are you doing better on that?
Do you mean more?
And before I could say something, my wife says, no, we'd like to see it down to 3. So,
3 an hour?
Yeah, it's 3 a day, I guess. Come on. Gotta be a blue crack or something way out there.
There's a lot of fish here, man. 1 mint julep a day, poor man. Never had one. That sounds good, Eddie Ray. I tell you what, I loved my bourbon, but bourbon took my life over, so. Well, bourbon took it over, and then I got cheap and started drinking vodka, so. I had it bad, son. Hang on. Oh, you put that right in his mouth, too. You need a worm, Terry, and a new sinker, or move sinker.
I mean, that fell right down and went right in, didn't it?
Yep. And we've spent more time right here than we usually would. We would have moved on, but we really think these fish are going to take off. Captain hooked one. And lost him too. Damn these fish. You ain't lying. So many fish here. I mean, there's just a tremendous amount of it. And you might not be able to do. They come in here and they use these pads to knock the sperm out of their bodies, and they're just shaking these pads violently. There's hundreds and hundreds of fish here, maybe thousands. He moved it, Terry, but
He did.
bounce him once and see if he'll take it.
A lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff.
Captain Jet, I get it. Yeah, there's a lot of sunken grass here, isn't there?
Yeah.
I think he swatted that with his tail just then. You know, poor man, I've never had one, honestly, and I never will. I will never drink again. Now, I'm going to put a caveat on that never drink again thing. I've been sober for over 7 years. If I got terminal cancer, I'm going to have a cocktail and relax. We'll just start there. He's on it. God damn, I can't believe that.
It's like pulling teeth.
Well, we catch some catfish occasionally. We catch a lot of bass. But we're targeting these fish on beds, so we pretty much know what's going to be here. We catch plecos sometimes, which are armored catfish, they call them. Gar, what else? Tilapia, we catch them occasionally. Alligator, caught an alligator 2 days ago, and there's a video on YouTube about that, 2 of them. Oh, watch this. Terry's got one just roasting these pads down here. He's in there. Well, all we got to do is take a walk. Nothing wrong with that, Emo. Well, I can tell you 2 boats are coming in. You want to take a walk? All right, I'm gonna get off here, guys. We'll be back in a little bit. You'll get notifications if you are subbed. All you do is sub.